Okay, final game of the podcast this week. Obviously, another rivalry game. Notre Dame at USC, 7:30 p.m. kickoff on ABC. The Trojans are a 5.5-point home favorite in this one, total of 64.5. And again, Pac-12 implications for USC in this one, just as they were for Oregon in the Civil War.
Yeah, watch out for Notre Dame to beat these guys outright. That's not my bet. That's not my bet, but watch out for Notre Dame to beat these guys outright. They are playing for a trophy, which I didn't know existed, and that is the Jeweled Shalila, I believe it's pronounced. Whatever that is, since 1952.
What the hell is that?
I don't know what it is. I couldn't find a picture, but yeah.
While you are breaking down this game, I'm Googling it, and we'll have an explanation.
Okay, so USC's defense is so bad that they forced 4 turnovers. They're incredible at forcing turnovers. They forced 4 turnovers last week, and they still gave up 45 points. So every drive ended for UCLA a turnover or a score. Now, Notre Dame's offense isn't world-beating, but USC just doesn't feel the defense. They're 96 in yards per rush allowed, 126th in rush EPA. Their offense hasn't played defense yet. Caleb Williams is great. Their receivers, hurt as they have been, are great. Now, they don't have Travis Dye in the backfield. Stanford transfer Austin Jones stepped up and rushed pretty well against UCLA. But again, UCLA, defense optional team. The best defense that they played this year, Oregon State, that game that we just brought up. And USC scored 17 points. So I don't know. I'm not questioning if their offense is talented. I'm not questioning if their offense can move the ball. Can they score 48 on Notre Dame? Probably not. And Notre Dame's the best pass rush that USC has faced all year. Caleb Williams is a playmaker, but the problem with that is he holds the ball too long. And Isaiah Foxy is going to get after him because USC doesn't have the offensive line to keep Caleb protected. So I think if you get him flustered, again, I'm not scared of LA Memorial Coliseum. That's not an environment that excites me. And I know that we saw a sold-out Rose Bowl and stuff. It's just, these aren't environments that are intimidating to opposing teams, especially a team like Notre Dame that plays at USC every other year. Notre Dame's an obviously improved team from what they were. They lost to Marshall early. They lost to Ohio State. They lost to Stanford. Yikes. But you know who had trouble with Stanford for some of the game? USC as well. You can find decent value on the Notre Dame money line. At 5.5 points, the suggested money line conversion is about plus 184. You can find them for plus 180-ish in that range. Don't be surprised if Notre Dame wins. I'm not suggesting that people bet it. But again, Notre Dame, best pass rush, best defense by a mile. USC does not play defense whatsoever. Notre Dame was able to run the ball on Clemson. They're going to be able to run the ball on USC.
First of all, I'm a dope. This has no Pac-12 implications. It's a non-conference game. USC has already wrapped up their spot in the Pac-12 title game. So this is just a strict rivalry game for USC. So just wanted to correct that first of all. But more importantly, the jeweled, it's pronounced shillelagh. The jeweled shillelagh is the trophy awarded to the winner of the annual game. A shillelagh is an Irish club made of oak and blackthorn saplings from Ireland. On the end of the club is engraved "From the Emerald Isle." It was introduced in 1952 for this first game of the series. It was introduced in 1952 to commemorate the first game in this series that was played in 1926. It was donated by the Notre Dame Alumni Club of Los Angeles, where USC is, stating that, quote, "The shillelagh will serve to symbolize in part the high tradition, the keen rivalry, and above all, the sincere respect with these two great universities have for each other," end quote. So there you go. The jeweled shillelagh for Notre Dame and USC. Good stuff.